Thinking of jumping from an RTX 4060 to a 4070? Hold on a second. A lot of people waste a serious amount of money right here at this exact decision point. Before you click buy, let me show you the real upgrade math. We're not just looking at raw FPS numbers. We're going to break down the actual performance you get for your money, the pressure on your RAM, how much power it draws, and the real-world price per frame. This isn't about being a fanboy for one brand or another. It's about making a smart decision with your cash. And this is especially for you if you're gaming at 108 OP or 144 OP. For these resolutions, the choice is not nearly as simple as just picking the bigger number. It's way more nuanced than that. And getting it wrong means you either leave performance on the table or you just burn money for no good reason. Let's get into the core comparison. Yes, the 4070 is faster. On paper, it wins pretty much every time. But the real winner is decided by how much your wallet has to cry for every single frame it produces. Let's look at the numbers. In a game like Cyberpunk 2077 at 144 OP, the 4070 might give you, say, 25% more frames per second. But if it costs 40% more than the 4060, is that really a win for you? The price per frame calculation tells the true story. For some gamers, the 4060 delivers an incredible value sweet spot that the 4070 just can't match, while for others, that extra performance is worth every penny. Now, let's talk about RAM. The 4060 comes with 8 GB, while the 4070 and its super variant come with 12. You'll hear a lot of noise online about how 8 GB is dead on arrival. And while that's an exaggeration, there is a grain of truth there. For most games right now, especially at 108 OP, 8 gigs is perfectly fine. You can play almost anything without a problem. But the moment you start cranking up texture settings to ultra in the newest AA titles, or you start loading up your game with high-resolution texture mods, or you're pushing for high-quality 144 OP gaming, that 8 GB buffer can fill up fast. When VRAM gets full, your game starts stuttering, and your smooth experience turns into a slideshow. So the 12 gigs on the 4070 isn't just a bigger number. It's future-proofing. It's the headroom to play games the way they were meant to be seen, without compromise, for the next few years. Next up, power and thermals. This is something people often forget. An upgrade isn't just the cost of the card. It can sometimes mean upgrading your power supply too. The 4070 pulls more power from the wall than the 4060. It's not a massive difference, but it's there. More importantly, more power means more heat. If you're planning to drop a 4070 into a PC case that has really poor airflow, you're in for a bad time. That shiny new upgrade can quickly turn into an expensive space heater. The card will get hot, its fans will scream, and it will throttle its own performance to protect itself. You could end up with performance that's not much better than the 4060 you replace, just with a lot more noise. So before you upgrade your GPU, make sure your case can actually breathe. So let's apply this to some real-world scenarios to make it crystal clear. First, let's say you're an esports gamer. You play games like Valorant, CS2, or Apex Legends, and your main goal is hitting a super high refresh rate at 108 OP. In this case, save your money. The 4060 is more than enough. It can easily push hundreds of frames per second in these titles, maxing out even the fastest 240Hz or 360Hz monitors. Spending extra on a 4070 here gives you absolutely zero tangible benefit. You're already getting all the frames you need. Now for scenario 2. You're a AA gamer who loves stunning single-player experiences at 144 OP with all the eye candy turned on. You want to play Alan Wake 2 or Starfield with high textures and ray tracing. This is where the 4070 starts to make a lot of sense. The extra horsepower and, crucially, the extra VRAM give you the headroom to enjoy these games without constant stuttering or having to turn down settings. The difference isn't just about higher average FPS. It's about a smoother, more consistent experience. The frame time graph for the 4070 in these situations is just a flatter, more stable line, and that translates directly to a better feeling game. In our third scenario, you're a content creator who also games. You edit videos in DaVinci Resolve or Adobe Premiere. You might do some 3D work and you game on the side. Here, the 4070 can be a really smart investment. The wider memory bus and more CUDA cores can significantly speed up your video encoding times and make scrubbing through a complex timeline feel much smoother. That time you save during your workday can be more valuable than the extra cost of the card itself. It's an upgrade that helps you both work and play. But before you make any decision, I have a pro tip for you. This is the sneaky hidden upgrade that most people should probably do first. And ignoring it is the #1 way to waste money on a new GPU. I'm talking about your CPU and your RAM. So many people pair a brand new, powerful graphics card like a 4070 with an old weak processor. The result is a massive bottleneck. Your GPU is sitting there, ready to pump out 150 frames per second, but your CPU can only prepare 70 frames for it. The result? You get 70 frames per second. You just bought an expensive disappointment. The same goes for slow RAM. Before you spend hundreds on a new GPU, make sure your CPU isn't from 5 years ago and that your RAM is running at a decent speed with XMP or Expo enabled. Fixing that bottleneck first can give you a bigger performance boost than a GPU upgrade ever could. So here's the final verdict. If you are primarily a 1080p gamer, especially in esports titles, do not upgrade from a 4060 to a 4070. It is a waste of money. Stick with the 4060 and be happy with your excellent value. If you are a serious 144OP gamer who wants to play the latest and greatest AA titles at high settings, and you plan on keeping this card for the next 3 to 4 years, the 4070 is the smarter long-term choice. The extra performance and VRAM will age much more gracefully. But, and this is a huge, but only if you can find it at the right price. If the price gap is too large, the value just isn't there. I hope this breakdown helped you make a smarter choice. And if you want my personal list of the best CPU and GPU pairings to build a balanced PC in 2025 and avoid any upgrade regret, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.